streaming live on WHITradio.org from High Tech High School in North Bergen, New Jersey. It's the Wake Up High Tech Show. I'm your announcer, Devin, and now your host, Sam the Man.
All right, hello and welcome to Wake Up High Tech. I'm your host, Sam the Man, and that's Mob the Magnet, Ratchet Richie. Today we will be discussing some of the big stories of the week. I will be discussing the first public golf course in Hudson County, built right next to Lincoln Park. Richie is going to be discussing the typhoon that's hitting Japan, and Mo's going to be discussing Michael Phelps getting arrested for a DUI. And after all that's done, we will have a big discussion on whether paying college athletes should happen or whether it shouldn't. Going to be a heated debate, ladies and gentlemen. But without further ado, let's get on to Richie's story about the typhoon.
Well, Typhoon Panphone hit Japan Monday morning today. Immediate effects are already going through. We have 185,000 people already advised to stay home and go into shelters.
How many people?
185,000.
You think this will hit as hard as the tsunami, or?
Well, actually, no, because I think the tsunami was too For example, we have 400 flights canceled. We have it's live. We have 3 U.S. airmen blown away. 1 already confirmed dead, 2 missing.
Oh.
And of course, it's a tragedy. But I don't know if you guys remember. I remember the tsunami was a lot worse.
The tsunami was really big. They still haven't really recovered for that, and recovered from it. But
But it's still too soon. That was a lot of damage.
Fortunately for Japan, it's already weakening. It's already moving northeast of Japan and should die out soon.
Hopefully, whoever's there can stay safe and hopefully
we're praying for you, Naruto.
All right, Mo. Your story about Michael Phelps.
Yep, the most decorated Olympian of all time, just got himself another DUI.
What's up with you, Mike?
I don't know. He just got himself another DUI, and at least, this is gonna sound weird. He's taking some nice measures. He went into a 6-week inpatient program to help himself.
Yeah.
So at least he's doing something.
To be that celebrated of an athlete, and I'm sure. Because it's not like.
It's not like he did roids or something like that.
I know it's not like he did roids, but I feel like the reason he's always getting caught for this kind of stuff is because the spotlight isn't always on him, so he has a little bit of leeway when it's not on him. And then, there's always that one time when it is on him and he gets in trouble for it. Because swimming, let's be honest, swimming's not the biggest sport right now.
Yeah.
It's not as big as some of the other sports, so he doesn't always have the spotlight on him. It's like once every 4 years.
I still look at this as a huge deal. DUI is responsible for so many deaths every year.
Yes, definitely. I'm not underplaying how big of a deal it is. I'm just providing an explanation of why I think it happened.
Yeah.
In other news, Hudson County might be getting its first public golf course. It's going to be a 9-hole course, $20 a round. It's going to be 31 to 3,200 yard course.
Damn.
It's going to have beautiful views. I saw some of the images of on-site already. It's going to have beautiful views of some of the old bridges, factories, some views of the World Trade One,
New York skyline.
New York, a little bit of New York skyline. You're gonna get to drive over water, and the grounds. It's gonna cost $20 million to make, which I'm sure it'll make up not very quickly, but I'm sure it'll make it up.
I think it'll get really popular very soon.
Yeah, the grounds are going to include a clubhouse with a pro shop, dining facility, and patio. And there's going to be an elongated S-shaped wooden bridge crossing a waterway amid the rolling hills, blacktop paths for golf courts, and a walkway around the perimeter. So it's going to be a very nice golf course, very high quality.
I think it's a good thing for Hudson County. We've always been looked at as probably the worst county in Jersey.
But you know what? I go when I don't golf very often. I get out if I get out, I'll get out once a year. And I usually go to Wequahic Golf Course, and that's another, it's not the best area. It's right in Newark, Elizabeth, that area. And, it's so popular, so I don't see why people would be against this. It's just, another way to express.
No, and
another way
Sam
to
and
give.
I talk about this sometimes. We like golf. I don't really play. I don't golf myself, but I know a lot about the rules.
With $20, you might as well golf all the time.
We're going with Sam.
I'll be able to learn. Yeah, this is a great opportunity for a lot of people around to learn.
You know what else it does? It provides a cheaper option because the only other golf course, I think there's 2, but I don't remember the other one, so I'm only going to say that there's 1.
Isn't there one in Edgewater?
I don't know. That's a driving range, not a golf course.
Never mind.
The one I'm speaking of is called Liberty National, and it is so expensive to go on. I think what this does is it provides a cheaper option. Liberty National is just insanely expensive.
Need to get my swing on.
Yeah. So now for the main discussion. Today we will be discussing whether or not college athletes deserve to be paid for their work. And I'm of the opinion that they do. It is a huge business with revenues.
As am I.
That is just insane. College coaches get paid an insane amount of money. It is a huge business. I think that they deserve to be paid. But I think Mo has a differing opinion.
Now, it's easy to take the side, for paying the players. And yeah, I can see why you would want that. But you got to look at the other thing right now. A lot of these schools that these guys play for are really good schools. A lot of people can't afford to go to those schools, and they don't even have to pay to go to those schools because of the scholarships they have. So right off the bat, right there, they just avoided thousands and thousands of dollars they don't have to pay for. Plus, they're dorming there too.
Sam,
I
would agree with you.
That's a lot of money.
It's a privilege considering the amount of money you're saving, and so you don't have to pay college.
And plus,
but
think of it like
when you consider the fact that number one school in college revenue, what happened?
I'm just saying, don't talk over each other. Just one at a time.
Number one school in college revenue. Texas making $163.3 million. How much of that is going to college athletes?
You know what? The thing is, your argument that they save a lot of money is true.
They do save a lot of money.
It's true, right? But when you look at the goals of the coaches, I'm not putting any fault on the coaches, but when you look at the goal of the coaches and the administrators, the goal of them is to get them on the field. You know what gets them on the field? C's, which is something that is not going to get you a job outside of college, after you're done with college. And
a lot of these players aren't looking for professional business careers. They're looking to make it to the next level.
But then what good is college doing them? Why don't we just send them straight to the next level? Or create a farm system.
Because a lot of these people, they don't know what they really want yet. They're still young. Like if it's us,
but no, you just said that they know. Right now. You just said that they know what they want. You just claimed that they know that they don't want a professional business degree.
They're still young. I agree with the rule that you have to be out of high school. What is it in the NFL? 3 years out of high school, and then you can go into the NFL.
2 years.
It's 3.
It's not.
It's
3. I thought it was 3.
It is 3.
Okay. I think that's a lot smarter. Would you rather have an 18-year-old who's still growing
that's
or
why
a 21-year-old?
That's why I'm saying a farm system. Why don't we just create a farm system, something like baseball has? You know why we don't create it? Because the NCAA makes a lot of money, and I'm sure that they give some of that money to the NFL and tell them, listen, we don't want you letting anybody in too early to the NFL. Because you know what? They saw, look what it did to college baseball. Killed college baseball.
Yeah.
It is no longer.
I don't even hear anything about college
You no longer hear about it, but you hear about college basketball and college football because that is
for college football. You got all these great rivalries. College basketball.
You have those. I'm sure you have those in baseball, but you just don't hear about it.
Yeah.
You also have college football. The same colleges are competitive every year.
And basketball, you have March Madness every year where people go crazy for that.
But the thing about college football and college basketball is that to get to the pros, you have to go through the college system.
True.
You have to.
But again, man, I'm telling you, these are great schools. These kids are going.
They are great schools.
Going for free.
But you know what? They're going for free, and it's great schools. But what's the benefit of school if you're not getting good grades and you're getting C's to get by to play? Because that's what's going to benefit the college the most. Because the better you can play, the more money your school's going to bring in.
What gets me mad is that you have to consider the people up top that are making so much money off these athletes.
That happens all the time.
Making so much money off these athletes.
I have some figures if you really want to hear the astounding number. Nick Saban is making $7.3 million. Bob Stoops, $5.25 million. Charlie Strong, $5 million.
$5 million, right? Yeah.
Kevin Sumlin, $5 million. Urban Meyer, $4.8 million. Those are the top 5 coaches. And
head coach, which you would consider part of the team, correct?
The head coach. There's a difference, though.
Hold on.
Sam,
he's on the field.
I'll tell you what.
He's making millions of dollars. How much are those athletes making?
When something goes wrong, who gets blamed first? The coach. Am I right about that?
Not.
Oh, come on, Richie.
Yes.
The coach always gets blamed first. If a guy's taking that blame.
But listen, they shouldn't be getting such a big cut, and the players get nothing.
That's true. They're the ones playing the game. At the end of the day, they're the ones playing the game that make the
difference. That's his career. That's the difference.
I know what you're saying in your mind. You're saying in your mind, that's just the highest paid. What's the average? Well, the average is $1.64 million for college.
$1.5 million.
The average for basketball is $1.5 million. Oh, but what about the assistant coaches? They must be making crap. They can't be making anything good. The assistant coaches are making $200,000 a year.
Okay. Which is good money.
Which is very good money. And hold on, you don't think it's a job? The time spent practicing / participating in sports at a Division I college is 44.8 hours a week.
That's a full-time job.
That's not plus the academics, which is a little bit over 40 hours a week. And I will remind you that that 1 week is 168 hours. That is literally half of your week spent doing something that is work.
That's not considered a job that you're not making money out of, but you're helping somebody else get millions of dollars.
You're not making any money off of it, and you cannot convince me that these practices are helping these athletes pay attention in school. You need to pay them.
They need to make something.
Why. But look at all the other. First of all, colleges do make a lot of money off their sports.
They do a ton of money,
millions of dollars.
Millions of dollars.
So does the NCAA.
Look at the other things that have to get paid off. Schools still have to pay off things for their programs. Their sports programs are huge. You have to waste. Okay, you're getting money, but you have to give a lot of money too. It's
so
you're
giving more millions of dollars than you're making millions of dollars. I think you're making way more millions of dollars.
Not way more, man. It's not way more.
I think it's so much.
I forget which school it was. They made like 122 million or something like that. They had to use some of that money to pay for their programs from the year before to finish paying off all that stuff. So they couldn't even. They barely had it.
They don't have to spend all their money. They don't have to buy. They don't have to. They don't have to get private jets to fly across. They don't have to. They don't have to have every single little piece of gear that they have. I mean, you should just pay the athletes. I mean, it's a full-time job, and it's not like amateurism.
They're not
benefits.
Forced into it. They choose to be athletes.
Yes, they are forced into it.
So
how else?
The only way they're going to get to the school is if they play the sport.
How else? That's not the school's fault. That's because they didn't concentrate in school.
Because of?
That's not. But they weren't forced into sports.
Mo.
Nobody forced. All right. If your coach came to you and told you were forced to play,
how else are you going to make it into professional sports without going to college?
I'm taking a step back.
So you're saying nobody should play sports ever?
No, I'm saying that if you do, that's what you choose to do. That you shouldn't be paid for that.
Why not?
These people that do. That's what you're choosing to do.
So if I choose,
if you're a professional, you get paid for it. That's your career.
If I choose to be a cop, I can't get paid.
Exactly. If I choose to be a cop,
I can't. That's different.
Oh no! That's the same thing.
If that's your career, if you're doing it professionally, yes, you deserve to make your money.
This isn't a job. This isn't a career for them. They're working. They're working 84.8 hours a week out of 168 hours in a total week.
But the rest of that time during the week, also you're getting an education that's expensive that people cannot afford.
That everybody else takes, but on the same time, you double that time, and they're spending that time doing something else, and that's not a job.
You mentioned that everybody else has to pay for their academics.
Yes.
No, not everybody else has to work an additional 44.8 hours a week.
When you choose to do it, you really can't complain. When you choose to play
some of these players are hungry at night because they can't get food.
I know, but again,
So your response to this is just, you know what, they know that they're getting themselves into. They know they're just not going to get paid. Their lives are going to suck for the next 4 years. That's it.
NCAA has some ridiculous rules that I don't even agree with. I think they need to change that up a little bit, loosen up. That's what I think about that. But that's a different story for another day.
They need to start paying college athletes.
What the best? Well, I can say.
Do you know why? Hold on. Do you know why the term student athlete was created? This illustrious
to avoid paying students.
The illustrious term student athlete.
What?
How did it come? You told me last year. We had this talk last year.
The term student athlete was created by the founder of the NCAA as a way that he didn't have to pay workman's comp, because some students who went to public institutions claimed that they were employees of the government of that state's government, and that when they got injured and could no longer play, they needed workman's comp, and that's what happened.
There is another thing that you just said that reminds me of, okay, when you're playing a sport, this is a rule that I think should change. You know how when a player gets injured severely, usually their scholarship gets taken away, everything gets taken away from them? I feel like that should be corrected. That's what you just reminded me of right now. Again, some of these rules are too severe. They don't make any sense, but what are you going to do? You know what you're getting yourself into. I think that they know what they're doing. All I can say is work hard to make sure you do start getting paid by becoming a professional. And then you take it the way it is from there.
Can I put my 2 cents in here?
Sure, yeah.
I kind of agree with both of you. I mean, I think that college sports should be amateur sports. I don't think they should be paid.
But
then let me finish.
Okay, I'll let you finish.
Then you might as well call it pro sports. You might as well call it professional sports. What I do think that they should do for juniors and seniors is set up some sort of trust fund or retirement fund for them. Maybe when they retire from working in the 60s, that some monies can be put aside for them when they retire.
Something like that sounds fair.
I think that's kind of like a compromise between paying them outright, but also realize that these colleges are making tons of money.
It also
off of
keep
that.
kids in school
Keeps
all
kids,
for years.
Yeah,
But-
keep schools. That's what my take is on
You
it.
mentioned amateurism. Is it truly amateurism if people are spending money to see you play? Companies are spending money to put their name on your jerseys. Is it truly amateurism at that point, or is it just is it just everybody's making money except for the athletes?
And when
'Cause that's
colleges
what
are
it seems
making
like to me.
millions of dollars
It seems
off
like
this.
I have a
everybody's
question.
making
I have a
athletes
question.
But they are
making
getting
money except for
room
the
and board,
athletes.
and they're getting their tuition paid, so they are being recompensated, not to the extent that they should be. All right, because these people are making tons of money.
All right,
so
hold
make
on.
a retirement.
I watched a documentary called Schooled. It's a great documentary. It's on Netflix. A lot of you should watch it. And I forget his name, but he went to Kentucky, and he mentioned that his son is the student body president. He's making $5,000 a year.
That's ridiculous.
But a student athlete can't make it. And he also mentioned another good point, which is if it would sound insane. What if there's a good writing major, a good writer who goes to that school, and they tell him, all right, listen, you could write, but whatever you write, the profits from that book has to go to us. What's the difference?
There's no difference.
There's no difference.
Same-
He writes
same
a book,
idea.
he gets the
Same
profits from that
concept.
book.
Let me ask you a question.
Same
Please.
concept.
No, let me ask him a question.
Okay.
And this could go for both of you. How would they be paid? All the student athletes are equal, correct? They're all equal.
We could figure this.
No,
Hold
no,
on.
hold on,
You're
hold on.
jumping the
Let me
you're
finish.
jumping the shark.
You're
jumping the shark.
They're all equal, correct?
You're jumping the
Am I
shark.
right
No, they're
about
not
that?
all equal.
So you're gonna pay, even though they're students, they go to the same school, they play the same sport. You're gonna pay. I know if a student's better, you're gonna pay him more than everyone else. It's not professional. It's school.
Oh, I
So-
didn't understand the question. I thought that you meant that all sports are equal. All sports
No,
are not equal.
I'm talking about football itself and basketball itself. If there is a star player, are you gonna pay him more than your other students?
Yes.
That's not. But they're all students. They all deserve the same pay.
Are you a communist?
I'm saying they all deserve the same pay.
Are you a communist?
No. But they're going to the same school. They're barely making money.
Are
I
you
think they all
a
deserve the same
communist?
pay. Professional is different. If you're better in a professional sport, you deserve more money.
If you're better in a college sport, you deserve more money. What's
College-
the difference?
College
because-
is for amateurs. College is
Do-
not.
But what does
professional.
amateurism add to it?
You're all not
Hold
even
on.
amateur.
What
You're
does
all making the
amateurism
same
add to it?
sacrifice. They're all
And what
making the
it
same
looks like to me is
sacrifice.
amateur
on.
sports is making pro money.
This is the same.
That word never
No,
came out of my mouth.
this is the same thing, the same argument that everybody had about the Olympics and how that had to stay amateur. But look what happened. Did anything get taken away from the Olympics? Did any of the pizzazz get taken away from the Olympics?
No.
They don't
When-
get paid. Do our Olympic athletes get paid?
Yeah, they're all professionals.
No, they don't get paid.
Yes, they all get
By
sponsored.
who?
They all get sponsored,
They
and
don't
they're
get-
they're
they
not.
may
They're,
have sponsors, but
yes,
they
they
don't
are
get-
allowed to get paid money. They are professional athletes now, as opposed to being amateur athletes.
But they don't get paid from the Olympics.
They don't get paid from the Olympics. But if you want to say like that, then why can't college athletes get paid by endorsement?
By sponsors?
Yeah.
That's
Again,
the NCAA
put it
rules
into
are
a
unfair.
retirement fund. I don't have any
No, no.
problem with that.
The
I just
NCAA
think-
rules are unfair, and there should be some changes. There should
No,
be
but
some
it took
changes.
nothing away from them. And the whole idea of amateurism was, you know why the whole idea of amateurism was invented? You know, they claimed that it was back with the Greeks, but the Greeks got paid. You can look it up. The Greeks got paid. It invented with English people when the new, when the sports just became more popular with, the invention of cricket, rugby, soccer in
Biscuits.
England. And they decided, let's make sports amateurism so that we can keep the working class out and keep sports for the rich people, for the rich class. That's why amateurism was created. And it's not this great thing like, oh, you have to play for the love of the sport. No, it was just, something to keep
Everybody
other
needs
people
money.
out of it.
We'll pick this up another day. for
Yeah.
now.
We gotta wrap it up.
All right, that was our discussion. I'm Sam the Man, Muhammad the Magnet. I almost called him by his other nickname that I don't like to use, Muhammad. Ratchet Richie, Powerful Puccino. We're done.
Oh, classic.
All right. Thanks for watching Wake Up High Tech. Tune in on WHIT Radio's YouTube page for more shows. Have a good day. Stop over here.